I don't like overweight women. Don't appreciate some kind of healthy lifestyle.
Damn, we ain't talked about that weight. Well, all we've been talking about is they hate all day long.
Well,
all we've been talking about is they hate. But that weight, that's the elephant in the room. That is that elephant. That's that elephant.
No overweight white women.
Would you say that's that
You
elephant?
take that in the hair.
Hey, hold on, Philippe. Somebody said, yeah, you act like there ain't no overweight women. What you said, Philippe? Philippe, fuck that. Philippe, you remember when you used to live in Columbia Heights and that white girl said something about her ass? What did she say to you, Philippe?
That one I don't remember. What was that?
Nigga, I almost got a beautiful mind. And it was a white girl. She said, I exercise and I get in shape, but do you remember what she said to you now, Philippe? In Columbia Heights in that building. She said, but I ain't gonna have
remember that story better than me.
I do, because I got a beautiful mind. And she said, I ain't gonna have no fat ass like them black girls. You remember that? She said, but nice, talk, and round. You remember that? Remember the white girl that lived in your building? I don't want to give too much detail. In Columbia Heights. And she was talking about exercising or whatever. And she said to you, like, I ain't gonna have no big fat ass like no black girl. You don't remember that? I remember you telling me. It was the white girl with the boyfriend. You remember the white girl with the boyfriend?
And I remember her, but I just can't remember that conversation that I told you about. Yeah. And
basically, you were telling me that a nice tone fit white girl, that shit'll do it for a nigga, won't
it? Yeah.
That big old BBL, you don't need that. You want that sundress.
Oh, natural.
University, you want that sundress, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good on all body types, but the sundress definitely is top tier. What a nice bow, absolutely.
Somebody said John remember more about Philippe's life than he does. Because I remember the money moments. I am that nigga. This is how I formed my beliefs in life. I had to remind that nigga of some of this shit. I'm trying to think of something else, Philippe. We can share with these niggas. You remember?
Well, the point I was going to make though is you take if you just take the hair and the body aspects that I just said, that pretty much eliminates probably 95% of black women.
You think so? Damn. Hey, one more thing, Philippe. I wanted to ask you. You remember that sister? I hope you feel the same way too. That you met that was in LA. She was working at the school district. I think it was Issa Rae's school district. I hope you feel the same way too. And you remember that sister? She ran into some hard times. You remember that?
Yeah, she was a teacher.
And what happened?
She got moved out by Latinos.
Say what? Say what?
People?
Tell us how it happened, Philippe. Tell us. She got moved out by Latino. They didn't want diversity. Wait, they didn't celebrate people of color. The brown and black ass coalition.
Nah, John, they said in Moreno está robando.
So what was So what happened? Tell us about that sister gal.
Well, they wanted more Latino diversity.
Say what?
It was interesting. It was interesting because they use the same excuse that blacks use when they say we want blacks to teach young blacks to relate to them better. Well, they wanted Latinos to teach Latinos because they relate to them better.
University, what you think about
LA? And in LA, Latinos are the black. Latinos are like the black in LA.
Yep.
So
Bakersfield,
they're the majority.
So it's as if they snivel. I call it snivels. Just so you know what. Everybody else would. The snivel rights is being used against the blacks. Would you say this, fan?
Yeah.
Nibble rice.
Never.
Used against the blacks. That's very interesting.